Where do we start? First of all, I mean, to start off is our season ended in a very, 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 very disappointing way. You know, we had Chad Kelly as the MVP, but you know, really, how good was he? He didn't do too well. The first playoff game against the Jets. In fact, we started off way, way, way under the Jets. We tried to stop the running game, we couldn't do it. We tried to get started on offense, we couldn't do it. And so it was all a mess. But we live and we learn. And one of the things that we gotta work on is running the ball. Last year I proved that I can pass the ball and win. But you know, I failed to prove that I can run the ball when need be. We played the Cardinals early in the year, and the same thing kind of happened when we played the Jets. It was just a game where we got outplayed, left and right, and got hit all up and down the field. We played Chargers twice a season anyway, and so dealing with him, I mean, you find yourself behind in games. And playing the Chiefs, you stop Tyreek Hill, that's the game plan, but he has other weapons as well, and so he utilized them. And so offensively, we feel like we don't have no star power. We feel like we don't, we feel like there's no one on our offense that is truly feared. We don't have that clear number one wide receiver. We're going to give Cameron Sutton and Corey Coleman another shot at it. We did cut Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders because we want a better passing game. We need a number one wide receiver that can get down the field. Hamilton is great, but we were looking to trade up further. We were in talks with the Steelers, but that was a quick talk. Steelers said no, he wasn't trading back, and so we're still looking forward to trading up, and we have a while to talk about it and get it done, if it's gonna get done. And so next year expect a whole new system of things. Expect 1,000-yard rusher. We won't put our quarterback in the situation of, having to pass so much, and to go through certain things. There was a lot of times when, I was up by, maybe 2-3 touchdowns, and I would still be passing the ball. For future reference, the starters will be sitting out, and the backups will come in that situation. I want to play more conservative to make my opponent more hungry, so that defensively I can force a couple picks or whatnot. But I'm also playing playing a good division with very, very good players. And so nevertheless, we also have to keep a running game. And so part of that, I have cut I've cut about, my whole offense is just about gone. One of my biggest regrets this season was starting Chad Kelly over Case Keenum. A lot of times in my other leagues, what I'll do is I'll start the pro with the most experience, and then I'll leave. And then I'll leave, you know, the rookie behind to develop throughout the whole year. It wasn't too bad of a year, obviously, because he got MVP, but I also like passed the ball so many times. I really didn't find myself in a game where I'm like stat padding, but for the most part, you know, that's always, you know, a bad thing when you got to pass the ball 100 times just to, you know, 100 times a game just to, you know, get 300, 400 yards, and then to try to win the game, you know. And some games you still don't win, because some games you can pass the ball so much that, you know, you pass the ball 30 times, 40 times, one of those times you're going to get caught on to and picked off. And so our goal next year is to come in with a running game, and, you know, trades may happen. I do plan on trading up, but, you know, I don't know. It depends on what the price is. I don't really know, have a clear cut of what I'm looking for right now. And so I don't want to make any dumb decisions. You know, my goal is to build my offense where there is a speed wide receiver, and then there's two great wide receivers next to him. One of the things that we also want to do is we want to provide our quarterback with a good offensive line. Last year he got sacked a lot. If he wasn't getting sacked, you know, it was fumbled or he was getting hit, you know, or none of that, and a lot of passes I had to force, which, you know, often turns into interceptions. And so it's just as valuable as, you know, we also have to get him some type of passing game. I think it's quite necessary that we do. You know, we succeeded the expectation, you know, that we had last year. Truth be told, I expected a down season. Wasn't really confident in what we had at these positions, and this year that's why I'm making this move. I'm almost cutting like the whole team just about, for the most part. You know, I don't really, you know, Chris Harris might see himself for free agency, who knows. But for the most part, I just wanna create a new team, you know, create a new offense to open it up. Von Miller has been in trade talks, and can't say with who, but Von Miller has been in trade talks. I am out there trying to trade for a top cornerback, and so we'll see what happens. We got a lot of moves that we can make, you know, quietly though. You know, it's not something that I'm gonna just, you know, the league might hear right away, but, you know, we plan on going very, very aggressive this free agency, like extremely aggressive. And so we don't plan on really holding back. We plan on trading up a little bit more, but there's a couple spots, so we see something in the draft that we want, and so we got to make that move to get that player or those players. So yeah, that's all.